I worked at Peace Incorporated for 14 years. Part of that story was providing family development, goal setting. And at that time, I'm working with families and telling families that, the choices you make affect the lives of your children. And we were there with birth to 5-year-olds. And many of the moms, and they were mainly single moms, began to start making decisions. I want to go back to school. I want to do some job placement. And so that continued. Did that work for many years. Started to work at home headquarters. And in that work at home headquarters, I was doing home ownership training. So people would decide that they wanted to buy a home, which is your first asset, and it's an important step in the evolution of who you are and your position in this world. And that is when I started to see these young women who now had children that they were saying were in high school come into home headquarters saying, Sharon, I was told I can find you here. I want to buy my first house. And that moment for me was, I remember when your baby was a baby. Your baby was 4 years old, and we had some good and some difficult conversations, and you made some great decisions, and now you're walking in here because you have a full-time job at a prosperous employer in this community, and now you want to buy your first house, and your child is in high school. And that was a moment that I said, it just all connects. And you have to believe that the work that you're doing, the investment that you make, meets the need at that moment, and that the next person is going to take it on, and the next person is going to take it on. And for me, time after time, it's come full circle. One of the things that always troubled me is that I began in conversations with parents to transform the way they thought about themselves and their families, but they would go back to their neighborhoods that weren't keeping up with their personal transformation. I'm expecting more from myself and my family, but I'm going back to a neighborhood that's not keeping pace with that expectation. I can give you the other side of the story, and another mom in Head Start, and by the time her child is 17, he's dead. And I get the call, and he died, he got shot. And I don't know what I'm gonna do. And so there's the side of trying to move yourself along and your family along, and then the dynamics of just this world and your neighborhood. Some people have trouble escaping that. And you get to see the joy and the pain of the work. But the lesson I learned from those two moments in my life was never stop, never give up, keep going. Because the moment you decide, I can't do this anymore, you might have missed the next story that you'll learn about later on. And one thing about me is I want to sleep well at night. And so I try to give everything I can all day long.